Thumbs in the chat.
Sutton on the push. Good post position, Austin. Working on Ogwumike. Great defense by Nneka, but Citron comes in with the right-handed scoop shot and lays it up and in.
They sick, boy. Big dog. Is that a dog you like it? Big dog.
Thumbs in the chat.
Austin, kick out. Citron. Mystics with the lead.
Sheldon outlet Sykes with the interception. 2-on-1. Sykes to Citron for 2 and a late foul. They'll count it. And that's Mabry's 5th.
The angels are here.
Blood on the floor, lights are beaming, dancing gold. We're all dreaming. Can you feel the heat? It's electric. Disco balls and lights, so kinetic. Shiny sequins light, never boring. Dancing queens unite, stars are soaring. Come on, feel the beat. Groove to the rhythm. Come on, move your feet. Dance into freedom. Roller skates fly. We keep moving. Music so loud, body's grooving. Can you hear the sound? It's inviting. Disco nights are young, so exciting. Neon lights, they glow, mesmerizing. The glitter in the air, it's surprising. Come on, feel the beat. Groove to the rhythm. Come on, move your feet. Dance into freedom. Let the ball, to the ballet, the ballet. 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 Let the ball, to the ballet, come and ride. Let the ball. Underneath the disco light, let the ball Everyone starts like tangible. Feel free, spirit high. Come on, feel the beat. Groove to the rhythm. Come on, move your feet. Dance into freedom.
What up, y'all? This your boy Ace here. And welcome to Ace's Angels, y'all. Welcome back on in, everybody, man. Let's talk about Sonia Citron. Let's get back to talk about Sonia Citron. Now, I do want to let y'all know that I had already recorded a video where I talked about Sonia Citron and CC being teammates at the All-Star game this weekend. I'll probably have that video ready sometime later this week. I finished up all my other videos that I had scheduled for tonight, so that one is the only one I still gotta edit. So hopefully we can get that one done before Saturday and we can talk about it on that one. But we're gonna talk about Sonia in Seattle today. Her first visit to Seattle as a professional basketball player, facing the Storm, and the Storm could be very tough when you're facing them at their crib. So this game was one of those games where I just wasn't too sure about Washington coming away with the W. But the way the Mystics have been playing lately, they've been very confident. They've been beating some really good teams. They got their records at 500 starting that last game against the Minnesota, not the Minnesota Lynx, but the Las Vegas Aces, man. So they're at 500, 10-10 coming into this game. And if they won a day, they will be over 500 at 11-10. Pretty impressive for a young team like this to be at that type of mark. Now, this game featured, once again, Washington's defense is turning into one of the best in the league. And this was one of those games where they did not have a lot of Shakira Alston. Shakira Alston, I think she might have had some type of injury that's concerning, but she was able to finish the game, so maybe she'll be okay. And you don't want to see Kira get injured because, you know, she had the hip injury last season, and so you want her to be healthy because you see with her being healthy how good this team could be. Her and Kiki on that front line. Kiki had a really good game today as well, y'all. She's starting to pick it back up. She was struggling for a bit, for a couple of weeks, and then she's starting to pick it back up lately. That's good news for Washington. She's looking pretty good going into the All-Star break here, and it's really starting to look good. One thing that I'm starting to notice with this Washington team, too, Suge Sutton at point guard I think is really important, man, because sometimes when I watch the team, when she's not on the floor, they don't look as organized. When she is on the floor, they look more organized. I've been noticing that lately. So her value at point guard is really starting to look pretty good right now. Now, there was a negative in this game, and it continues to be the lack of minutes for Lucy Olsen. We have not seen Lucy Olsen on the floor since she scored those 19 points in 17 minutes against the Minnesota Lynx. I don't know what's going on, why she can't get on the floor. Actually, I think she had a couple of minutes in the Sky game. It was either the Sky or the Aces game. She had like at least a couple of minutes out there, but these last three games, you really have not seen Lucy Olsen. Same thing with Emily Angstler. I don't know what's going on. I think Sid Johnson's having a real tough time trying to get everybody minutes. I don't know what's going on. Maybe he just feels like in certain matchups he can get more out of the other players. Now, we saw a lot of Steph Dolson in this game, today's game, and when Kira came out, we saw a lot of her. Aaliyah Edwards has been playing a lot. She's been playing pretty well, getting her trade value up, because I know the team is working on trading her probably by the deadline and on August the 7th, so we'll see what happens with that. To be honest, yeah, I'd rather keep Aaliyah Edwards. You know, I think she'd be helpful to their playoff run. I'd wait to trade her in the offseason, but I mean, her value is going up. I don't know what they're going to do, if they're going to bring a player back or they try to get her to the draft pick. I don't know what they're going to do with that one. I have no idea. I think I think because they're going to be probably a playoff team, maybe they don't play a lot of Lucy Olsen down the stretch. So that means, like, because I was thinking maybe they got to go trade Brittney Sykes to make room for in the lineup, because he's not going to slash Jay Melvin's minutes. He's not going to slash Suge Sutton's minutes, and he probably definitely shouldn't be slashing Suge Sutton's minutes for sure. Maybe Jay Melvin's. Like I was saying, you know, I know Jay Melvin has been here a little longer than Lucy, but I would have made those two play for the minutes. I would have made those two play for the minutes and went from there. But they got to get ready. They got to get ready for Georgia Amore next year. So I don't know how this is going to go. That's why I say keep Suge Sutton, because at least to start next season, you know, you get Georgia a little bit of time, get back in the starting lineup. And by the way, Georgia Amore is so cute, bro. I saw Georgia on the sideline. She was wearing a do-rag or something like that. Hold on here, man. Georgia Amore is something else, man. I swear, man. Y'all got to check out Georgia Amore, bro. She was hilarious. Hilarious. I haven't seen what the community said about her yet wearing that do-rag. I'm interested to see that maybe a little later on, man. But that was crazy, bro. That was crazy. That was crazy, man. But back to Citron. So Sykes had 19 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and Citron had 17. So those were the two leaders for y'all in this lineup, man. And they continue to look awesome, man. What more can I say about those two? What more can I say about Sonia Citron right now, man? I mean, every time I see Sonia Citron, it's like, man, bro, the confidence that she has as a rookie, bro, is freaking unbelievable, man. Freaking unbelievable, man. She just definitely, she does everything, and I mean everything, to just go out there and perform. And she doesn't look like a rookie, bro. Like, when you watch Sonia play, she does not look like a rookie, man. I love it. I love it, man. I absolutely love it. Love it, man. The energy is amazing, man. The energy is absolutely amazing, man. It's absolutely amazing. I swear, you know, Sonia is definitely, I think, in the league right now. I'm just talking about the league. If Lucy was playing, she'd probably be my favorite player to watch right now. I gotta say right now, Sonia is just, because I just like her aura, man. Quiet, but god damn is she confident though. Like, it don't make any sense, but she's like a cerebral assassin, bro. Like, it's crazy how she takes over, and she always steps up in the second half. Now, she had a better first half today than she's been having like the last couple of games, especially that Aces game where she really struggled. Like, that Aces game, man, the first half, you just throw that in the trash bin offensively. Like, just on the offensive side, just throw that in the trash bin. The way she came back in that fourth quarter, man, in that last game against the Aces, bro, that was the stuff of legends, bro. Just the way she steps up, man, it's amazing. And the Mystics were missing a lot of free throws in this game. She was the only one hitting. She hit all of her free throws. 6 for 6 at the line today. Composure. And they were playing her tough in this game. Like, they were defending Sonia pretty tough. But Sonia was making some smart plays, and I liked how she was sort of a 3-level scorer today. Like, she wasn't just dependent on the 3 or anything like that. She was literally slashing. She was doing some very smart moves. I call her the master of the backdoor cuts, but like, they really couldn't get any backdoor cuts going to her. But she was really slashing today and getting points whatever way she could, bro. Like, it was the stuff of legends, man. Like, Citron was, man. And I know for like CC fans out there, man, they look at her like the little sister out there, bro. We keep on talking about, man, Sonia Citron playing with Caitlin Clark. And that's why a lot of us can't wait for the All-Star game. Because it's the first time they play together, since the U19 level, man. Hopefully they'll be together again as Olympians in 2028. But I'm also hoping that Sonia and CC can actually be teammates in the WNBA one of these years. We'll talk about it in a future video, but I was talking to someone about, would CC be on the Chicago Sky? Like, let's say Angel Reese moved on to another team. In that free agency season, would she come to Chicago with Sifka being there, and then, them moving those games to the United Center from Wintrust, and, Citron making a play to, even though the Sky traded her, she comes in 2028. But I've been saying this, though. The Mystics, what they got going right now, man, they could literally become the New York Liberty, the replacements for the New York Liberty in like maybe 2 years. Like, they are on track to lead the East. I don't know. I don't even know if Sonya is going to even want to leave that. That's the crazy thing about it. Like, I don't even know if she even wants to leave that. But one thing that I keep saying, CC is going to need her as a teammate, I think, to win multiple titles, because a player like Citron, and she's only 21, and her ceiling is not going to be met for like at least a few more years. Like, bro, to think about how good she can be, her and Kiki right now, like, to think about how good they both can be in the long run is crazy. Lucy Olsen too, because Lucy Olsen shows you flashes when she takes over. Like, it's crazy what those players can be given time. And I want to see how Georgia Amore plays next year with the ACL, and see if she can play up to speed the way she did in college. Because if y'all know Georgia Amore, she got buckets. So I want to see, because usually these ACLs, you lose a lot of your quickness. That's how I've been thinking, like, Juju's not going to be too much of the same player. But because she's a shooter too, she should be okay, at least shooting the ball. But I don't know how she's going to move. Like, if she's going to have a lot of her quickness that she had before, especially defensively. But we'll see how it goes for Juju, man, and Georgia Amore. But to think of how good Sonya could be, though, like, I think that's the one teammate Caitlin definitely needs in the league is Sonia Citron. I think if she had her, CC could win a lot of championships, man. And I know there's a lot of people, like, there might be fans from other fan bases. Like, I know there's this one guy from the Sparks fan base. He really wanted Sonya on the Sparks. I know there's some Seattle fans that wanted her over Malanga. By the way, I don't even remember seeing Malanga too much in this game. I think she only had like 3 minutes. Seattle just does not play their young players, bro. And that's very annoying. Now, Ezi Magbegor, she got most of the minutes. She had 19 in this game, so it's kind of understandable why Malanga couldn't get in there. But it's like with the Storm, bro, they're like allergic to playing their rookies, man, for whatever reason. Very allergic. They're allergic to playing their rookies, man. That's why Serena Sundell's on the team, Jordan Hobbs, and Madison Connor. Like, these are players that should be in the league. And they're not, because Seattle waived them, and now they're kind of like probably just having to wait into the offseason and play overseas. And earning their way back into the WNBA. But it's like, it's crazy, man. That's why I'm glad Sonia didn't end up there. And I'm glad Sonia ended up, and I'm glad she didn't end up in Dallas. Even though Dallas probably would have been an interesting situation if they didn't take Paige, but we know they're going to take Paige. I'm glad she ended up in Washington, where she's getting these minutes, man. She's getting, like, she played the most minutes, like 36 minutes in this game. It just shows you how good she is on the defensive side of the ball. She's getting those minutes because of the defensive side of the ball. It's not so much offense. It's the defensive side of the ball, bro. And she's going to slowly become one of the most valuable players in the league. I'm not saying, I'm not talking about in terms of MVP. Just in terms of the type of player you need to win multiple championships. Like, I think she's going to be that type of player. And it all depends on everything that develops around them, you know. But I was impressed, man. I think Seattle was a real challenge, and for her to step up the way she did was absolutely good. And I just think Washington's got a lot of good stuff going on. I think the Lucy Olsen and Emily Angstler minutes problem right now, along with Sika Kone, I think is a good problem for them to have. But they're going to have to figure that out with the, you know, even though Suge didn't have the best shooting game, I mean, I think Suge's value is pretty good. They're going to have to figure out Brittney Sykes, because Brittney Sykes can be very inconsistent. They're going to have to figure that thing out. I know one of those two probably won't be here after the season. But, you know, they're going to have to figure it out for the rest of the season as they make this postseason run. But I don't want them to get to a point where Lucy isn't playing at all. Now, one thing that could happen is this, and I'll probably talk about this in a future video. If a team wants some other moving parts, like if they want Aaliyah Edwards might be actually packaged with a Steph Dolson or Emily Angstler or Sika Kone or even Lucy Olsen. She could be packaged with one of them. I'm wondering if that's why the minutes are lower too, because they're planning on moving one of them. I wonder if that's what's going on. And I don't even know what team is going to take Aaliyah Edwards. You know, I'm trying to figure out what team is going to take her and if Lucy's going to end up there or not. You know, we know it's going to be probably a playoff contender. You know, at the very least, it's going to be a team that needs a front court player, and we'll see. We'll see what happens with that, man. But awesome work by Sonia Citron. I can't wait for the All-Star game. And man, the Mystics are fun to watch, bro. I hope they don't move anybody, to be honest with you. I love their team. I love how together they are, man. You know, this team, if they continue to play defense like this, they could shock a team in the first round, depending on who they face. This is probably the one team you don't want to see in the playoffs, bro. You do not want to see the Mystics in the first round of the playoffs. I think the only teams they probably can't beat right now is probably like the Liberty and the Lynx in the series. But I think everyone else is game. So we'll see what happens, y'all. But going ahead and give me your thoughts on this. Give this video a like, share, subscribe. Thank y'all for watching. Aces Angels, y'all.